Hello there.
Hold on, stop. Go ahead.
Hello there. Welcome to the Words of Personality podcast. I'm EL-SCRIBBLER.
And it's your boy Big Daddy Mo.
And today we're going to talk about
Which one are we
Nic
talking?
Cage.
Let's talk about Nick. Let's talk about Nic Cage.
Nic Cage.
Because Nicolas Cage just came out with that movie Willy's Wonderland, which I just saw a few days ago, and I'm posting up a review for it later on today, so check that out. But yes, dude, Nicolas Cage, he's a legend.
Okay. Yeah. I used to think that he's one of those actors just like, okay, you give him the right role, he's good. Honestly, he is an amazing actor. He is an amazing actor.
He's been trash in some roles, though.
Well, the thing is like, the movies are trash. He normally isn't.
That's true. What's that movie? I don't know. I doubt you've seen it. Dog Eat Dog. It's him, Willem Dafoe, and it's based off a story from I think his name is Eddie Bunker. He's is it Mr. Blue from Reservoir Dogs, the old guy?
Orange, I think.
No, I think it was Mr. Blue. I think it was the old guy. Anyway, it's a story from him and all that. The movie is horrible, but you always enjoy Nic Cage, no matter what the movie is. If it's horrible, you're still gonna say, "Hey, Nic Cage," because people be like, "Oh, like what's that movie? Not the Bees." Wicker Man.
Oh yeah.
Wicker Man was trash, but Nic Cage's performance.
That's the thing. It's just like every time, like I used to think it was just like the movies are whatever, but the more you watch Nic Cage, the more you realize he actually is an amazing actor because you just love his character in every film.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine where they're basically making fun of the episode where it's just like, he's got range. He's got range. It's just like, you think about it, he does.
Yeah.
He has all these movies. I mean, I remember Matchstick Men when I first saw that. I was surprised that was Nic Cage in that role.
I've seen that movie one time. I need to see that movie.
It's amazing. He's OCD, and the way he acts like a door is open and he just panics, completely breaks down. But everyone basically says, oh, that's just Nic Cage being Nic Cage. But try imagining another actor doing that. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to actually picture another actor trying to get to that manic state.
Yeah, because sometimes you say it's Nic Cage, it's being Nic Cage. A lot of times that's good. It's like if you need somebody to like kind of like really freak out at moments, it's like, bro, you get Nic Cage, because then you're enjoying it, but at the same time, it's like, you know what? It works well for a person like this that's like OCD and everything is not to their liking and all that. It's going to kind of like freak them out. And Nic Cage is perfect for that, man.
Yeah, because it's just like, what is it? Frankie's Wonderland? The new movie that came...
Willy's Wonderland.
Yeah, Willy's Wonderland.
Frankie.
Whatever.
Or just call it Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, it's Five Nights at Freddy's. It's basically one of those things where he doesn't have any dialogue, correct?
Bro, he has. That's his dialogue.
But the thing is, the fact that he actually can steal the show with his dialogue. And basically, you also watch movies like The Family Man.
Oh man, yeah, I saw that for the first time for Christmas. That is such a good movie.
Like there is like this Nic Cage spectrum where he can go from like average, kind to completely insane in a matter of moments.
I feel like if there's a movie where he's kind of like just not doing Nic Cage, I don't want to see it. I gotta see him freaking out. I gotta see him act over.
Well, that's basically like Samuel L. Jackson. That's basically like Samuel L. Jackson.
If Samuel L. Jackson's not saying motherfucker, I don't want to watch it.
And if he's not shouting at the top of his lungs in a scene, it's not worth watching it.
Exactly.
It's one of those things. It's just like they are known for that. And it's just like Nic Cage has a spectrum which he can stick to. He can go out of it. But the thing is, he always has to hit those peaks in those movies.
I feel like watching a Nic Cage movie high or drunk would be awesome. Oh my God, bro. I think one day I'm gonna just get some bomb weed and just get like a bunch of movies. Probably like the movies where people would say, "Oh no, Nic Cage is over the top." That's the movie I'm watching. It'd be awesome.
Because that's the thing. It's just like you watch like The Sorcerer's Apprentice, National Treasure.
Love that movie.
All these,
we still need a National Treasure 3.
Yeah.
National Treasure 3 needs to be made.
No, they need when they're making the Uncharted series, they need to have Harrison Ford, Nic
Benjamin
Cage,
Gates, yeah,
everyone basically to do a team movie.
That'd actually be awesome. I would love that.
Yeah, but Nic Cage is one of those amazing actors I have always loved. I mean, you see him in Face Off, but it's sad because he kind of fell off the radar and started doing B-grade films.
He fell off, I want to say, around the mid 2000s, like kind of like around like the Bangkok Dangerous, Knowing. Like I want to say around 2007
Yeah.
is where he started falling off.
Well, because people started seeing Nic Cage's acting is he's just going over the top. He's overacting. He's not actually acting. But then it's just, who else can do that kind of acting and get away with it?
Everybody. This is the thing. Everybody has their calling card, like their niche, their signature. You know, Samuel L. Jackson. You know, oh, we got to go. You know, even though Samuel L. Jackson's another actor that also does a bunch of B-grade movies. I mean, he does a bunch of big-time Hollywood movies, and then you also catch him in some straight-to-DVD works.
Yep.
Nic Cage, you know, so you got Samuel L. Jackson yelling, Sam motherfucker. You have, you know, wow. I know y'all know who that is when I say wow. Owen Wilson. You know, you got Will Smith being the same. Woo! That's hot. Like, everybody, there's all these
Brad
actors.
Pitt always eating something.
No,
Normally a bag of chips.
You mean Tyrese.
Brad Pitt too.
Brad Pitt too? I
Yep,
never
he
know that.
has to always eat something in
Huh.
every single film he's in.
Also Tyrese Gibson, homeboy eating this, eating that. Every actor has their signature to where you see a movie and you're like, okay, watch, I'm waiting for this person to do that. And Nic Cage, that's him. This is his style. Now he can honestly play like a role where he's playing like being a normal person, not going over the top. He can, but then
It's basically like watching Ryan Reynolds do a serious movie. They can do it.
Yeah.
They are great at it, but you want to see them be them because you fall in love with the characters they portray normally.
Exactly.
And Nic Cage is one of those actors I've always really loved. I'm trying to think of a movie that I saw that I actually didn't care for him in, because even if I don't like the movie, I love him in the movie.
You know what? Never mind. So I'm about to say there's this movie he did. I think it was called Army of One. That was kind of either based or inspired by a true story, and it's him and it's Russell Brand. I think like he's supposed to had like a message from God that he's supposed to like do something. But I heard that his portrayal was just horrible, and I was just like, are we talking about the portrayal of the guy he was playing or his straight up performance? Because when they said like, oh yeah, he was the way his voice was and this and that, I was like, I want to see it now.
But you can't honestly name.
So I don't know if there's
Blame the movie choices sometimes on the actors. In
Yeah,
the Name of the King.
Bro, don't bring that. That movie was trash. I love Jason Statham,
but then you
That
look at
movie
that
was
and it's just
trash.
like, if someone only ever saw that movie with Jason Statham, they would hate Jason Statham.
Yeah.
It's just, and Ray Liotta of all people. It's like, come
Yeah.
on.
Rob Perlman. Oh, fuck him. Anyway, he only has like Hellboy and Sons of Anarchy. Yeah, Ron Perlman.
Yeah, really.
I mean, like he's Ron Perlman has done like this off topic, but Ron Perlman has done like a million movies. He's like one of those actors that's done like a
Everything's
million
off
movies. Yeah, he's one of those actors that do like a million movies, but still you're just like, oh, he's in this movie? Okay, that's cool. You know, Sons of Anarchy and Hellboy, that was Ron Perlman at his peak. Those are like his two best roles.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I'd like to see American Psycho remade with Nic Cage. Dude, imagine that. Nic Cage as American Psycho. I think that would work far better than Christian Bale. Christian Bale did a great job, but
Look at the stitching on the card. I guess. Oh my god, bro. Oh my, him chasing a chick with a chainsaw down the hallway.
you could see it because literally he's done all these things in other movies. You just put them together and you've got Nic Cage.
Oh, speaking of that,
as American Psycho.
So Nic Cage actually has either a Netflix show or a movie where I think he's playing himself, but it's like in the world of like Nic Cage. It's a crazy movie set around Nic Cage. I don't know what it is. It's supposed to be like a straight up just crazy movie where Nic Cage is being Nic Cage and he's in I don't know. It's something crazy. It's only you can describe it as Nic Cage, but they were talking about that. I'm about to look more into that.
Yeah. But Nic Cage is like, Face Off, I think, is probably the first movie I actually realized who he was in.
I can't remember. I know back at Grandma and Pop's house, the main movie I was watching was Leaving Las Vegas. Yeah. Elizabeth Shue, bruh. She's so hot. I had to keep.
But yeah, it's just like, I could understand watching Face Off why people honestly had an issue with him, because he's like over the top. You got to admit, he
was
crazy.
Perfect in that movie.
No, but that's the thing. He's the only one that could have done that role. I couldn't see, like, honestly, I wasn't even a fan of
John Travolta.
John Travolta. Never cared for him really in films. But Nic Cage basically playing the Castor Troy, and then trading faces in literally going insane as he's playing the guy who killed his son.
Yeah, dude, like
Acting as him.
That's perfect because now you're in this person's world and all. You have to pretend to be. You have to be the person you hate the most.
People were making arguments. It's like he's acting over the top. That's ridiculous. It was like, imagine you having a child who apparently is your favorite, and John Travolta's favorite child was his son, which was weird. Why did he steal his enemy's son at the end of the movie?
Well, no, I wouldn't say he stole. I wouldn't say he stole him, but he wanted to give him bro, he just made the kid an orphan. He wanted to give this kid a good home, and he feels like, hey, me and my family can provide that for him.
He did,
and
the
it's
same,
like he had
the same.
That's their family signature.
And he basically gave it to Castor Troy's
You need to
child.
explain this to me. That's white people. You know this. That's white people. I don't know what they do.
That's not white people. That's just creepy.
I don't know.
But that's the thing. It was just like, I could understand how he would go insane because literally he has all this emotional baggage, and now he has to pretend to be the guy he hates.
You're looking in the mirror.
I can eat a peach for hours.
you looking in the mirror. Every time you look in the mirror, you're like literally reminded of the person that killed your son. Every time you look in the mirror, you're looking dead at
the
him.
person you've been hunting for years.
So of course I had to make him go crazy. And you got John Travolta just like, hey yo, I'm living this dude's life. I can do whatever I want now.
Yeah, I still didn't care for him much in the role.
Hey, I thought John Travolta was good in that movie.
Yeah. He did all right. I mean, there are barely many movies with him that I like.
Yeah.
But it's just like you go from movies like
we about to say Fast and the Furious?
Yeah, I was trying to think. Face Off to movies like Gone in 60 Seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and basically Matchstick Men, National Treasure. Sure, he has some kind of
have you seen
each one?
Have you seen Adaptation?
Sounds familiar.
It's one where he's like playing twins. He's like a writer and he's playing twins. Okay, I never seen it.
Heard about it.
I heard it's real good. I've been wanting to check that out.
But it's like one of those things. It's like you can watch them all, but he's literally a different version of Nic Cage in each movie. He's still Nic Cage, but in every movie he is different.
I gotta Google that Nic Cage where he's Nic Cage in the Nic Cage World movie. I'm sorry, I got to for this podcast.
Yeah, because like Gone in 60 Seconds. I mean, he's he's trying to retire, trying to get back to his normal self. He cares more about his family. Yeah, Fast and Furious. It's all about his family.
Yeah.
Every car racing movie apparently is about family. Yeah, and then basically like National Treasure, he's this overly geeky, nerdy guy, so the Nic Cage mindset works there. When he's trying, like in Gone in 60 Seconds, like I said, it's all about family. He gets angry and crazy while he's talking to the guy who makes coffins for fun.
I can't find it, bro. I want to.
Are you sure you didn't just make it up in your mind?
No, because that was like a big topic. Like, yo, there's like Nicolas Cage is really about to go full Nicolas Cage in this, and that was a movie I was most excited for, bro. But I guess I'm still looking for it while we're talking. But what movie were you talking about? Fast and
Exactly. Fast and the Furious. It's all about the family.
It really.
But yeah, Gone in 60 Seconds. I mean, he basically went all Nic Cage, but you can also see why he went all that way. Everything, but it's to a certain extent. If you lined up all the scenes back to back, the transition is different. The tone is different. It's not like he's the same Nic Cage in every movie. It's different, and it's transitioned for what the situation is.
He didn't even go Nic Cage and Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah, he did.
What scene?
Near the end, where he's dealing with the carpenter, the guy who's threatening his brother. He's destroying all his wood because that's what he values more than anything else. Dude, I haven't seen this movie in like 4 years.
I don't remember.
At the very end, it's the guy who played Destro in
the bad guy.
Yeah,
49 and a half, 50, 49 and a half.
Yeah. And he's basically, he grabs all because he loves carpentry more than anything. Mm-hmm. And here Nic Cage is going crazy, eyes wild as he's destroying all the furniture in the location.
Okay, I guess he did. I've seen, honestly, in my entire lifetime, I've probably seen the movie like maybe 5 times.
In Matchstick Men, I mean, basically the entire movie, he is...
You're going to be pissing blood!
Yeah. In Matchstick Men, he's just Nic Cage throughout. It's the whole OCD.
It's funny. I think my top 3 Nicolas Cage movies... Face Off, Con Air, and now The Rock.
I completely forgot about it.
You forgot about The Rock?
Yeah.
You were the one that been telling me about The Rock. I finally watched it, and honestly, because I've always seen the video, the scene where he has the flares and he just like this and all that. I've always seen that.
Green smoke.
Never knew what was going on, and then I finally saw it, and oh my god, bro, it's so Michael Bay, but it's amazing.
It's basically this is the synopsis. 007 was captured by the U.S.
Sean Connery's in
and
this.
He is basically, you get Nic Cage, who is a scientist at this point, having to get the aid of 007.
And they got to break into Alcatraz to
just
save the hostages.
They had 007 in there. It's just like
Sean Connery. I've never seen that many Sean Connery movies. Never seen any of his 007 movies, but man, Sean Connery was the man in this movie, bro. Like, Sean Connery was whooping ass.
He was being his that's why it's 007. He was literally being his James Bond. So you could easily pretend that, oh yeah, this is what happened to him after he disappeared.
And it's funny because since it's a Michael Bay movie, you have the exact same shots, the getting out the part where you stand up and then the camera just all that good stuff. I swear I've seen some of those shots in other movies before. But just the 30-minute car chase and all
and
that.
And had to be the most expensive types of cars that were in San Francisco.
And then they had a Hummer and this and
a Hummer and a Lamborghini. Were
and then he even
racing through the streets.
He even stole a motorcycle. It's funny. This movie, what I think it's 2.5 hours. I honestly forgot what the movie was about because Ed
Harris, amazing in the movie too.
They were spending so much time on this big action scene chase throughout San Francisco, and then finally it's okay, we're getting ready to go to Alcatraz. Oh yeah, it's about Alcatraz.
It's about breaking into Alcatraz.
I forgot all about this movie, but Nic Cage was great in that. Even though he's supposed to just be like a nerd, a scientist nerd, and yet he's sitting there, chasing down Sean Connery. Hey, what do you say? Nice bike. I'm taking that. Bro, he becomes an action star, and then all of a sudden, when guns are blazing, wait a minute. No, bro, you just did all this. You can't be scared now.
But honestly, you'd be more comfortable driving than being surrounded by bullets.
Hey,
I could understand
driving in a Lamborghini and all.
Yeah. In San Francisco, taking those massive jumps.
Yeah.
That would be a lot of fun. Of course, you'd destroy completely wreck the vehicle. And
it's not his anyway.
Oh, and the black guy in the trolley. That was it, right? Where they knocked to the side. It was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No, you guys are dead. I'm gonna hunt you down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hunt you down.
Hey, but Con Air, that movie was awesome. I remember my mom's. That was one of her favorite movies. Never cared to watch it, so we're going on the trip to Cedar Point. Bus riders, all her employees, and guess what they playing? They playing Con Air. I'm like, I guess I'll watch it. Man, by the end of the trip, I'm like, Ma, why you didn't tell me about this movie?
No, it's not like why didn't you tell me? Because she told you.
Yeah.
It's why didn't you force me to watch it?
It happens with so many movies. That The Warriors, but Con Air, man. I mean, what did you think about his accent?
Oh my gosh, no. Very South, just no. He should have. Why'd they give him a Southern accent?
Tie a ribbon around an old oak tree.
Why? It served no purpose. It's just make him be Nic Cage.
I like the accent, man.
I didn't care for it.
I'm gonna show you God does exist.
Yeah,
but I loved it because it had so many awesome characters. I mean, Cyrus the Virus, Diamond Dog, Poor Billy. I call him Poor Billy because he got killed. I forgot John Malkovich called him Poor Billy because he just died. But you had Steve Buscemi, all the main characters, the killers were so different from one another. So you enjoyed them all separately, whether they're in a scene by themselves or they're a scene together. They were all enjoyable, and that movie was just awesome because it's about the plane that's full with all the convicts, and they take over the plane. Bro, and of course Nicolas Cage got to save the day, and you got John Cusack in it too.
It's basically what would it be? Die Hard, but in a plane.
It's Die Hard on the plane.
It's one man taking care of everyone while everyone else stands around watching. That's literally the synopsis for Die Hard.
It's basically
Die Hard on a plane. One man having to take care of everyone while everyone stands around watching.
Yeah. So Con Air is probably my favorite. It's my favorite Nic Cage movie.
Yeah, it'd be a toss-up for me because honestly,
it's between those three. Those three are probably like his best when it comes to action movies and whatnot.
Yeah.
Those are definitely his best movies.
Well, it's funny because he kind of fell off for a while, and then he came back with National Treasure. Because I can't really think of anything he did in between of like Bangkok Dangerous up until National Treasure. It was like Stolen, or he did Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
He did Kick-Ass. Oh, but honestly, one of his best role is the nostalgic Spider-Man.
Into the Spideyverse.
Yeah.
This is the thing about Nic Cage though. It's like same thing with like people like Bruce Willis. For every 30 crappy straight to DVD movies they do, they bring us like maybe 1 or 2 really good movies. Like, come on, like there's like so many crappy there's so many crappy movies that both of them have done, and then all of a sudden they come out with a movie like, yo, that movie's actually pretty good.
Yep.
And that's the two of them.
Well, normally in each movie they are what's good in those crappy movies.
But even then, I'm still not gonna watch it because the movie's so trash.
Yeah.
Dog Eat Dog, I would never watch it again. I thought that movie was honestly, that is Nic Cage's worst movie that I saw. I hated it. It was they had Willem Dafoe, like he's supposed to be like this crazy character. They had him kill the woman that he was living with because she wanted to kick him out. And I mean, he brutally stabs her. Then the woman's daughter is sitting there after she sees it, she's sitting there crying, begging for her life. She runs upstairs. Willem Dafoe goes up there, put a pillow to her head, to her face, and then blows her brains out. I'm like, bro, I hate you. I hate this character so bad. I mean, I've seen characters do stuff to where you're like, yo, I hate this person. That was just horrible. That was wrong. And everything about the movie was just trash. Shout out to my boy Philip, though, because he was in that movie as a cop that was beating up on Nicolas Cage. So I'm proud of him for being in a Nicolas Cage movie.
Yeah, I do know what you mean because I remember I was watching a Bruce Willis marathon, and I came across the Hudson Hawk. And no matter how much I enjoyed...
Was that a war movie?
No. No matter how much I enjoyed Bruce Willis... He's kind of like a con artist. He's a thief. No matter how much I enjoyed him in that film, the movie was so trash, it's not worth ever watching it again. The only thing that... It was overly done. Like, the entire movie, from the very beginning, he keeps wanting a cup of coffee. Every time he grabs that cup of coffee, it gets knocked out of his hand. Every time throughout the movie, it gets closer and closer and closer to his mouth before it gets knocked out of his hand.
It's called Hudson Hawk?
Hudson Hawk.
Why are you making it sound like it's a good movie? It sounds like
it's that one thing. It's overly done, but it's because it's such a terrible movie. That's what resonated with me the entire time.
It sounds so good right now.
Yeah, it's that cup of coffee. They probably have a clip of it over on YouTube.
Hold on. Thief extraordinaire Hudson Hawk has just been released from prison. All he wants is a nice cappuccino. But however, before he can savor his favorite beverage, blah 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 blah. Okay, well, this is about the other story. But the fact that it's really about him trying to get a cup of cappuccino and stuff keeps happening.
He wants his cup of Joe.
I gotta watch this movie. I gotta watch this movie.
It's literally the whole thing starts out with him having one goal to get a cup of coffee, and then he doesn't get his cup of coffee. It's a running gag throughout the entire film. But the movie...
Oh, it's an action comedy? I'm sorry. I'm like legit like looking into this movie and everything.
I wouldn't say it's an action. I wouldn't say it's a comedy. But it's one of those movies. It's just like, I would have loved to have watched it again. It's just everything else was so bad.
It's on Prime Video?
Yeah, I think so. You know what? Then I might watch it again just because.
Right?
But yeah, Nic Cage is one of those actors that I've always loved. He's always been a great actor because even it took you forever to finally watch Family Man.
Yeah, I saw I can honestly say I maybe saw like 40% of the movie. I knew the ending, I knew the middle, and I knew how it ended. That's a lot of me. That's a lot of times with me in movies.
Yeah, but Family Man. What the heck are you reading now?
I'm trying to see if it's on Prime Video. Yes, I got Stars. It's on Stars. I'm watching it.
Yeah. Yeah, Family Man is one of those movies. It's just like the way it starts out.
Hold on. Does he get? No, I don't want to know. I don't want to know if he got his cup of cappuccino. I don't want to know.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Okay.
You'll enjoy the movie.
Yeah, it's
Bruce
excited.
Willis. It's Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis is always a gold mine for me.
Chicken boy.
Chicken boy. Chicken boy.
Man. Hold on. Has Willis and Cage ever done a movie together?
No.
You have action comedy right there.
Yeah, I know. That's one thing I was thinking about.
I hate. That's why I can't wait to get into Hollywood. I'm like, yo, all my team ups that I always wanted, I gotta bring them together for like, cause dude,
You have no say in the matter, though.
that's the thing, bro. That's why
You
I
can
hate
be
Hollywood.
an actor, doesn't matter. You can be a director, doesn't matter.
That's why I hate.
It.
You have to be a producer.
A producer.
I guess I'll be a producer then.
Yep.
Boom. Every time I write a movie, I'll be a producer. Or every time I just jump into a movie, once I get my what you call my whatever is it, my wings. Once I get my wings, then boom, I'll make sure I'll be a producer on everything.
Because I'd love to see basically, because you've seen the movie Assassins, where it's basically
No, I've been wanting to see
Yeah.
that. It's Stallone and Banderas, right?
Banderas. Yep, they're basically at war with one another.
Mm-hmm.
I would have loved to see more like a whole 9 yards version of that, or the whole 10 yards, the whole 9 yards.
Whole 10 yards is when he turns into chicken boy.
Okay, yeah.
He literally turns into
But,
chicken
like,
boy.
You know, yeah, the whole where he's an assassin, where Jimmy the Tulip Tedeschi, Bruce Willis, and basically having Bruce Willis and Nic Cage go basically be two assassins hunting each other down.
That'd be funny.
Eh,
That'd be funny.
Which technically was Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
But they were married.
Yeah,
And
Mr.
then
and
they
Mrs. Smith
became.
was the assassin. So
Yeah.
just,
You know they're doing a show off of that?
of course,
Childish Gambino. And I forgot who else.
I'd see it.
Yeah.
I like Gambino.
Hey, give me a Mr. and Mrs. Smith remake, but with Regina Hall and Kevin Hart.
No, either Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, or Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively.
Ooh, both of those would be good.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Who would be the Mrs. if it's Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds?
That'd be a good. Honestly, that could be like what they're arguing about.
Why they go to war with one another? But
Yeah.
now we're just speculating with random stuff.
Mhm, that's stuff that'll never happen.
Yeah, let's face it. But Nic Cage is basically one of those actors like you can enjoy. Even when they do terrible movies, you'll enjoy the movie that they do just for them. You'll sit there and watch the movie through just for them. Other than that, you normally wouldn't watch it. I mean, that's the case. If the Hudson Hawk didn't have Bruce Willis, I would have never seen it.
Oh, 'cause that's the only reason why I'm watching it. The fact that he's trying to get a cup of coffee.
Yeah, it is Bruce Willis.
If you told me about any other actor, like, oh, it's a movie about Ron Perlman trying to get a cup of coffee, I don't know.
Yeah.
He better be dressed as Hellboy with that cup of coffee.
Yeah, now that would be funny.
Yeah.
It's basically like Hellboy finally getting out of hell trying to get his cup of coffee.
Mm-hmm. That'll be enjoyable. I remember what's that movie that came out with Nic Cage? Season of the Witch. I was just like, this movie looks trash. Of
I
course,
loved it.
I didn't care. I thought it was okay.
I loved it.
But he was on
I completely forgotten about that movie.
He was on, bro. During that time frame, he had like a million movies to come out. But he was on BET's 106 in Park, and it's like, okay, so why did you want to do this movie? Oh, I always wanted to carry a sword.
I was like, what? No homo.
Yeah, no homo. I was like, really? You joined this movie just so you could say shoot, shoot, shoot? And I watched it. And I thought it was okay, but I'm just like, it actually did decent.
Yeah,
like
well-
a lot of if you throw a Nic Cage movie in theaters, even though if it's probably crap, it'll do some decent money.
Yeah.
But people just keep throwing the stuff. He just
It'll make its money back for sure.
It'll definitely make his money back because that movie did. Except Bangkok Dangerous, for some reason that movie. Cause I remember going to see that movie in theaters. It made $7 million that weekend, and it was #1. So that weekend was just trash. There was nothing that came out. I wouldn't be surprised if it came out in January, because January is where all movies.
Yep.
So that's where it goes. But yeah, matter of fact, Bangkok Dangerous. I really enjoyed that movie because he falls in love with a mute, and then so he's sitting there training this kid who was originally going to kill. Like,
but I could understand why it didn't do so well.
Oh,
If you watch
absolutely.
the trailer,
Absolutely.
it doesn't do it justice, and it's way too slow because you're imagining this action-packed thriller,
yeah.
only for it to be kind of a teacher-mentor type situation.
And it's not even that much the majority of the action comes at the end.
Yeah,
where,
well, because he spends all his time getting along with the lady and the kid. That's the majority of the film, and then at the very end, he's defending him.
Yeah.
That's it.
I still highly enjoy that movie. It's still one of my
Trailer
favorites.
makes you think it's going to be action-packed.
Yeah.
So it pissed off a lot of people when they realized, oh, it's just more of a drama, an action drama.
You know, it's funny. Hey, who I always wanted to ask you this: who controls the trailers? Who does the trailers and releases them?
There's normally an editing department. I don't
So
entirely know.
it's not like it's not like they edit and then they show the director and like, okay, this.
Oh yeah, the director always normally has a say.
Man, they trash because you remember
Or
Drive.
Actually, it's the producer I think that has
Oh
the
my
final
God.
say.
So the producer of this and Drive are trash because I remember My boy went to go see Drive with Ryan Gosling, and he thought it was gonna be like this big action movie, which I thought it was too. He came out like, man, that movie was boring. It was trash. I watched it. I didn't see a trailer for it, and I thought it was amazing because it wasn't an action movie. It was a straight up drama.
Well, that's one of those things. Is in order, like I used to always watch trailers before I watched movies, but then you realize they throw only in the good stuff, and sometimes they create fake scenes to put in trailers.
Don't bring up The Last of Us. I just brought up The Last of Us. They did it in The Last of Us Part 2.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those things that it's just like, it's best nowadays to just not watch the trailers, because as soon as you watch them, you have this expectation built. In the second you actually watch it, like I made the mistake of watching the Mortal Kombat because it was everywhere.
What you think of it? What you think of it?
It looks awesome.
Yeah,
but that's the thing.
They even got the fatalities.
Exactly. That's the thing. It looks awesome.
Yes.
Are they going to let me down because now I have this high expectation built up?
After the first 2 movies that was directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, you really think this is going to? You know what? They did do Legend of Chun-Li, and Legend of Chun-Li was trash. Legend of Chun-Li was worse than a. You're right. Legend of Chun-Li was worse than a Jean-Claude Van Damme Street Fighter, and that one. Highly enjoyable.
That was great.
But as a movie, as a
it's
whole,
one of the most quotable movies.
But as a movie, though, it is 100% trash.
Of course.
But I love that movie. I saw it as a Tuesday. Ooh, it's Tuesday. I'm putting that as my status. Yes. But yeah, so this movie could be bad, but honestly, I have high hopes. I know it's going to be enjoyable.
Oh dang, we got off track again.
Yes. What were we talking about? Nic
Cage.
Trailer. We were talking about Bangkok Dangerous, but
Bangkok Dangerous.
I can see why people don't like it. I enjoyed it, but it's not a big action movie like you think it'd be.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Didn't he do a war movie?
Wind Talkers.
I
didn't see that one.
I didn't either. It's just because I was thinking, it's just like there has to be another war movie other than that.
Did he do that war movie? Wind Talkers. I didn't see it either.
Because I'm pretty sure there was another one. Because I'm pretty sure I saw him.
Because you got Wind Talkers, Lord of War, but that wasn't.
I do love Lord of War. I completely forgot about that one as well.
Is it Lord of War?
Lord of War. Yeah.
I saw that movie for like the first time. I think I bought that movie finally. Yeah. Great movie too.
I saw it once and I had to buy it. I had to own it. It was just like Blu-ray, digital, everything, the works. You have to have that movie.
Yeah, that's one of his.
Well, because that's one of those. It's just like you don't expect it to be Nic Cage in that role, but when he's in that role, you are surprised with how great he does.
I feel like because didn't he start doing all these crappy movies once Tax Problems came up?
Yep.
He should be done with Tax Problems now, right?
You're never done with Tax Problems. As soon as they get their claws in you, they'll never let go.
Okay, but even then, though, it's like, bruh, because like now that he had Tax Problems, and everybody's like, okay, Nic Cage needs the money. Honestly, if you wrote a script, you can get Nic Cage in the movie right now.
Yep.
That's how easy he is now. But I feel like if he really didn't just take any role, he could easily get some roles in some really good movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, but now that it's to the point where it's just like, whatever Nic Cage is going to be, whoever wants a movie or a role taken, they're going to give it to Nic Cage, and because of that, his value went down. Because now every time, we got Nic Cage in the movie. Bro, the last 20 Nic Cage movies were trash. Y'all got Nic Cage in this movie? Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. So his value done went down if you think about it.
But it's still great to see him. I'm trying to look at all the Nic Cage movies right here.
And I bet you there's 20 of them that you haven't seen because they're
exactly.
I'm
looking at Mandy. I'm looking Leaving Las Vegas.
I've been wanting to see that. I'm glad you said
Next.
that. I'm watching Mandy tonight.
Ghost Rider.
Oh, stop. Hold on. Raising Arizona was great. Yeah. I finally saw that. It was great. Next was awesome. Next was awesome, bro. The fact that he can see into the future, was it something about 2 minutes, but he can see into the future. I thought that was awesome, especially when he's trying to talk to Jessica Biel and he keeps having to go back to try to find him.
I forgot about Wicker Man.
I brought up Wicker Man. Remember Not the Bees?
Okay, yeah, you did. Knowing, oh my god.
Knowing was okay. Knowing wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It was something about aliens.
Bad Lieutenant.
Okay.
Frozen Ground. Drive Angry.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Drive
Angels.
Drive Angry is the best 3D movie I have seen.
Millimeter Joe.
I saw
the Ghost. Matched.
Okay, stop.
Wind
Stop. Because now you're just naming all the movies. Joe. I saw half of Joe. I found Joe boring, but everybody kept saying how this is one of his best roles, one of his best movies in years. Again, like I said, out of 20 30 movies that he makes, he'd give us 1 or 2 good movies. But for me, Joe wasn't it because it was just boring.
Yeah, that one wasn't. I didn't care for it. Because, well,
You saw it?
yeah, I guess people liked it because it wasn't Nic Cage being his typical Nic Cage, and I guess I just didn't like it because I wasn't a type of Nic Cage movie.
Yeah.
Snake Eyes.
Hey, I remember watching Snake Eyes because Grandma and Papa had it on VHS. Now that's a good mystery because was it Nic Cage at a boxing match? He's a wild detective or whatever. Somebody gets shot, and all the witnesses and suspects are everybody that's attending that boxing match. So, bro, you have like over like 1,000 people. You have to sit there and wonder who's the killer or whatever. That's a good movie, and it has Gary Sinise in it.
It's basically like Clue, just with everyone.
Yeah.
Up a notch.
Have you seen Bad Lieutenant?
Yeah.
I thought that was good. No, he was full Nic Cage when he was.
Well, he was great.
Because remember, it was the scene where the exhibit and his boys shoot up the dude, and he's like, shoot him again. You're like, why? Because his soul is still dancing. And you see homie's soul break dancing, and Nic Cage is out his mind. Oh, was it? Why are the iguanas on my crime scene? What iguanas? Gotta buy that.
Just so crazy.
How much is that movie? Because that movie was awesome. Yeah. Nic Cage was so. Oh my god!
I'm looking at all these movies, and it's just like every single one I've either seen and I love, or I wish to see it again.
Yeah, I spelled bad.
Or I haven't. Like Mom and Dad. Have you?
Oh
seen
yes,
that one?
You saw it?
No, I haven't.
Okay, okay. So basically, what it is I don't know what happens. Let's think of it like Bird Box. I don't know how. Okay, I'm not going to say Bird Box. Anyway, there's something that happens to where the parents just so happens to end up killing their kids, only their kids. So let's say something gets into the air and it affects all the parents. So now they're just killing their kids. So you be sitting there like Summer Blair's character. She's at the hospital delivering a baby, and all of a sudden, the second the baby is born, the mom looks at it and starts trying to choke her out. And then all of us, yeah. So now you have Nicolas Cage and Selma Blair trying to kill their kids. And what makes the movie funny is because they were talking about, the grandparents are coming. As they're getting ready to kill the kids, they go to the door because the doorbell rings, and it's his grandfather. Oh, hey, Dad. Hey, son. Pop, what are you doing? So now you have a chase. You have the grandparent trying to kill Nic Cage and Nic Cage trying to kill his kid. The movie is funny, but it gives no explanation on how it happens, and it even ends abruptly. But it is
okay.
Yeah, because there's because at the end he's like, even though we love you, we just want to kill, and then it just stops. And I'm just like, so they're just stuck like that. Don't know why or anything, but it's actually just funny because Nic Cage again is going full on Nic Cage, and the whole movie is them trying to kill their kids. So it's a nice watch.
I found the war movie I was thinking about, the USS
Indianapolis.
That one. Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No. Yeah, I saw it. It's not great. It's not great.
Because I saw the trailer for that, and I was like,
it's not great.
And then when they said straight to DVD,
Well, so was Stolen.
You know what? I enjoyed Stolen, but Stolen was trash. What's some G-Force was or whatever. It wasn't bad. What's the movie I was just talking about? The Ghost Rider movies.
Oh yeah.
The Army of One. That's the movie I was talking about.
Yeah. Popped up, but Ghost Rider.
The first Ghost Rider was good, but it was boring. The action was like too quick, and also the villains were trash. Like he see one, oh, let me throw my chain around you, boom, you're done. Let me look into your eyes and take your soul, boom, that's done.
That's something I didn't really care much for Nic Cage's. I don't think it was him though. I think it was really the whole movie.
It was the whole movie because I enjoyed Nic Cage.
Because I always loved Nic Cage, but it was just this movie just didn't do it for me.
Honestly,
I think out of all his
you could have
movies,
put anybody in that role and the movie would have still been boring. The villains would have still been trash.
I think out of all his movies, his Ghost Riders are the ones I care for the least.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because the other ones,
well, no,
even the other terrible ones, at least they give you something to work with. Because Nic Cage, you love. This one was just like they didn't allow Nic Cage to even do more Nic Cage. Well, the second he goes all CGI.
It's the first one.
You don't care.
The first one is where he's like tame. He's not doing much. It's the second one to where the second one's even worse, but they give us good action. And Nic Cage is going full on Nic Cage because he's trying his hardest really not to become Ghost Rider. And it's also from the people that did Crank and Gamer. So that's why it's even crazier. Because there's a part where he's sitting there just like, oh, God, you don't want me to break out? And then all of a sudden you keep seeing his face slowly transforming into Ghost Rider to where his eyes are like popping out. So, yeah, the Ghost Rider films in general is like the first one is boring, and then the second one is just too much.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
and the second one's when he's taking care of the Antichrist.
Yep. Yeah, it was trash. You even had Idris Elba in it.
Yep.
The main bad guy was trash. Even the one that plays Satan, that guy was trash.
The only person
Snowpiercer. Snowden.
Snowden.
Like, I hear that's a good movie. Nicolas Cage is in it. Again, proving my point. Every 20 movies, trashy movies that he do, he give us a good one. Same thing with Frozen Ground. I hear that's a good one. I need to finish it.
Yeah.
Like, he needs to, I wish he could kind of like just slow down on the movies that you're doing and try to pick better ones. Slow down on those crappy straight to DVD movies. That's where he's messing up at. Slow down, man. Because he's not. He can do like 20 or 30 to, like, again, Willy's Wonderland. That's probably the best one he's done in years.
Yeah, I still need to see that one, but honestly, like with Ghost Rider, the one they had playing the devil, does not work.
Second one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, second, he was trash.
The only person that now can play the devil is from Constantine. I always forget his name.
Peter Stormare.
Yeah.
Stormare, man.
Stromar.
Put some respect on his name. He's been in so much, bro, and I love Peter Stormare.
He can play the devil.
Mm-hmm.
He is the only one I can see playing that role because the way he carries himself is just perfect.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see a white guy play that role.
Has there ever been a black devil?
I don't know. Red though, for sure.
Red?
Yeah, painted red. Horns.
Shut the fuck up.
Of course, God is black. Bruce Almighty.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I hear The Croods is good.
Okay, yeah, The Croods I did enjoy.
See, after another 20 movies, he gives us a good one.
I did enjoy the first. I don't know if he's in the second one.
He's in the second one.
Okay. Yeah, I did enjoy the first one. I haven't actually seen the second one.
Actually, yeah, he's in the second one because I didn't even know the second one came out. But yeah, it went to the whatever available theaters are out there. But yeah, it actually did kind of decent too, 154 million. So you think if it was actually released in like when everything was normal, that definitely would have probably grossed like way more than that. So yeah, I still want to check out The Croods because I mean Nic Cage and I hear is actually good. But like I'm looking at all these movies though, oh my god, have you seen Rage?
No, I haven't seen
that
Rage.
movie was trash because basically, he used to be like let's say he used to be like a hitman or whatever. He stopped that life. He's, living a normal life. His daughter gets killed. And then all of a sudden he thinks it's like the people from his past. So he goes back and starts, killing everybody. Come to find out, it was a friend. It was a girl's friend. They found his gun. It was playing around, blah, blah, blah. But it was trash. He went Nic Cage at one point and all that. But it was just like, movies. It's like a lot of his movies have like a lot of his movies now have potential to actually be good. It's like that's not bad. Like the Rage could have been like a Liam Neeson movie.
Yeah.
So it's like that would have had potential, but it didn't.
The problem is that he's also doing a lot of these B-grade films, which have no-name directors, no-name writers who have no clue what they're doing. That they just think, oh, let's just start it off slow, and then all the action will be at the end. You don't. You pace yourself. Mm-hmm. You have to give the audience, like that's the issue with Bangkok Dangerous. You give the audience a bit of what's going to happen at the end. The problem is it starts off so slow that when the action happens at the end, it doesn't register well because they got used to seeing a romantic film, a mentor film, and then it turns into an action in the last few minutes. Like that's why The Rock did so well because it kept the pacing was ridiculous. It went incredibly fast throughout the entire like it starts out with a threat where it's them trying to deactivate a bomb. So exactly from the very beginning what this movie's going to be about. It slows down for a second when he's talking to his fiance, and then it's a car chase, and it slows down again as they're getting all the equipment to enter Alcatraz. And then it speeds up once again.
I'm looking at the trailer. Not the trailer, but I'm looking at the poster for this movie, Color Out of Space.
I just saw that one. Yeah, I have no clue what it's about.
It has 86% out of like almost 200 critics.
It's got Elijah Wood in it.
Elijah Wood is another actor that just does whatever.
Yeah,
and he's a good actor. But yeah, so I'm gonna check this out because if it's getting good reviews, and this just came out last year.
Elijah Wood's best role, Sin City.
That's why I did this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw that. I knew that was coming.
Yeah, just like no, it's not. It's not Frodo Baggins. Not Frodo Baggins. Yeah. It's Sin City.
Hey, but I want to see that movie Nic Cage got called Mandy though.
Yeah,
and it looked crazy. I heard it was good, and all of a sudden you got this guy with this big long chainsaw. I'm like, I got no homo. I gotta see that. I gotta see that.
Yeah, that's why I say they should remake American Psycho with Nic Cage.
Dude, yeah, American Psycho. I don't know. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff. See, this is the thing. People have stuff to like. What's the movie? What's the show? American Horror Story. Bring in Nic Cage.
Yeah, because it's always one standalone episode throughout the entire series. It's not a continuation.
No, each season, you got Murder House.
Oh,
you
yeah,
got Coven.
each season's about something.
Murder House, Coven, The Circus. 1984. Trump.
But, yeah, Nic Cage. Nic Cage would be perfect.
Yeah, give Nic Cage a season of American Horror.
Well, he does got that show on Netflix where he's reading stories, right?
Yeah, but no, that one. All that is I don't know. Have the season of American Horror Story be inside the mind of Nic Cage.
See, now that's where the idea is at.
Be inside the mind of Nicolas Cage. Because I was thinking about being John Malkovich. You be inside Nic Cage and you just see what goes on in his mind. And just crazy. Of course, Nic Cage has to be in it, bro.
No, you don't have. No,
Nic Cage plays a different character each episode or something like that. I don't know.
Every episode, he plays a different character. And every episode has completely different cast.
Ooh.
He has to be. Nic Cage's voice has to narrate everything, though.
We should write that.
Because honestly, think about it. I'm going now into creative mode. Let's say every character
I'm not even high.
is the same throughout. Like you'll have let's say a Sarah,
of course,
a Jessica,
of course, Evan Peters is going to be in it.
A Nick, a Brandon, and those characters are throughout the entire series. Nic Cage in each episode plays a different one of them. Each episode, and the actors on the other characters keep swapping out as needed as well, because every actor is Nic Cage.
Stop. Because I'm going to be so mad if all of a sudden American Horror Story pops up and it's Nic Cage and I'm still broke. I swear, bro. I will kill Ryan Murphy. I'm sorry, Ryan Murphy. I love Glee. I love Nip Tuck. But if you make that, you don't give me no credit or no money, bro, me and you have to fight.
Yeah, because it's basically like my concept would be basically Identity. You've seen Identity?
Yeah, stop giving them ideas, bro.
Dude, I don't mind. As long as they make me good stuff, I don't mind if they steal my ideas.
Fuck that, bro.
I have
need money.
Millions of ideas in here.
Bro, we need money. I'll be damned if I just give them an idea for free and they use it.
Well, technically, we have recorded proof that we came up with it
That
first.
is true. So go ahead and continue because I want y'all to steal this. Go ahead.
But it's basically Identity, and it's basically the movie Identity done 9 times, however many people are in that motel or a little location.
Great movie.
And it's Nic Cage. And every single episode actually ends in a different way because Nic Cage has control of that character that episode. So everyone is in response to what Nic Cage's new main character does. I think it'd be funny because you've got to go more of a comedic route. You can make it as crazy as you want, but it'd have to be comedic. Because it's Nic Cage being Nic Cage of every single character.
It can't be dry. It can't be boring. That's another thing. You can't have a boring movie with Nicolas Cage.
It doesn't work. It does work apparently. People love Joe, but
that's because
it doesn't work.
That's for boring people. Oh yeah, this is Nicolas Cage's best performance.
Well, Bangkok Dangerous though.
That was different, bro.
But that was boring.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage
it was slow and then it kicked up at the very end. But it worked because it kicked up at the very end.
He killed himself. I was like, that was trash.
Yeah, they had to do that, didn't they?
Because I saw the ending for the remake on the original, and it ended the same way. I'm just like, bruh. Except in the original, he was a mute. It wasn't the other person. He was a mute. But yeah, I forgot what we were talking about because you didn't sat there and gave Ryan Murphy all these ideas. Yeah. For something he's probably never going to use because this would be a good. That'd be a good.
They have no creatives really in Hollywood anymore.
No, everybody just does the same stuff over and over. It's trash.
Remakes, reboots. Of course, here I am pushing for Nic Cage and American Psycho.
American. Yeah, because they're going to remake it.
Of course,
they're talking about remaking The Warriors. They're talking about they're going to remake American Psycho. They're talking about remaking Training Day. I'm sorry, Scarface. At one point, they were talking about having Tony Montana, or at least the person that's inspired by Tony Montana or whatever, be played by Denzel Washington. This was 2 years ago.
Remake Godfather with Nic Cage. Then I'd actually like it.
Ooh, who would he be?
Have him be the first Corleone, the father, the Godfather. He dies off, of course, in the first movie, it'd be worth having him because he'd be the Godfather.
Ryan Reynolds is Michael Corleone.
Oh, give me that movie. Because let's face it, yeah, Godfather does need a remake.
Yeah, I give points to those remakes that actually switch up the tone.
Yep. 21
Jump Street. Like, it's set on different characters, but it's like the same premise of the show. They just made it a comedy.
Yeah, they have to do that with there are plenty because the ones that fail are like Total Recall.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Total Recall had a bunch of action, but I found it boring.
Well, because the thing is, you don't know with
you're talking about the remake, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I preferred the original because you have no clue what's going on. Then they're on Mars. They allow oxygen, and it's just like you can't tell if that's real or fake. But you get a pass because of how ridiculous it's over the top ridiculous.
Yep.
The belly monster, the belly mutant, whatever it was. But
I saw that movie one time.
They tried to get way too serious so they did change the tone, but they went way too serious that you don't know what's going on because you don't know if he's in the simulation or not. You don't know that in the original, but that was the fun of the whole thing. You could get away with doing all this ridiculous stuff. The 3 boobs, the belly, belly monster.
That's not ridiculous. There's gonna be in the next couple of years the first woman with 3 tits. I'm waiting for that.
Normally guys have a nubbin.
A what?
A nubbin. Quoting Friends. A nubbin.
I don't remember that part.
It's a third nipple.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Wasn't that on Ross?
No,
Ross
it was on Chandler.
Okay. I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
Has Nicolas Cage ever been in like TV shows?
He's in his own show.
I'm
not
sure.
sure.
Speaking of that, back to that show, I never explained it. All that is he's like the narrator, basically talking about, he's basically the narrator. He had started off, like sugar, honey, iced tea. You put those together and it equals one good word, shit. And then all of a sudden now we have like everybody else talking about like how it came about, how they love to use the word. He's basically like the narrator.
Oh, okay. So kind of like the grandpa in Princess Bride.
Sure, yeah.
So they cut back to him every now and then.
Yep, that's exactly how it is. Yeah. So it's still enjoyable, especially when he starts off with the first episode about fuck, and man, the fact that he said this is one actor that uses it a bunch of times in his movies, and then boom, it's Nicolas Cage. I was like, yes. Of course, they brought up Sam Jackson.
Yeah, I was thinking Sam Jackson would pop up.
But of course, surprisingly, he's not number one. It's Jonah Hill. All because of Wolf of Wall Street.
That movie,
even DiCaprio was like number 3 or something.
I think he literally took the record because of that movie.
That's the only reason why. I mean, he
didn't really curse in anything else.
No.
And then there's that movie.
You add in stuff like Superbad, but like Wolf of Wall Street, a 3-hour movie where all they're doing, yeah. But Nicolas Cage
and every scene, he said it like three times every sentence.
Yep.
Which is why he got the record.
But then again, let's be real though. Sam Jackson probably overtook that like his next movie or two, so he's getting number one, so we're good. Mm-hmm. And plus, Jonah Hill's trying to do like other stuff, like serious roles, so he's not going to be really using F-bombs like that. Meanwhile,
use F-bombs in serious roles.
No, not like that.
Oh,
not like you're not going to see him in a Steven Spielberg movie saying it 300 times.
He can do it. Not 300 times.
Exactly.
Actually, put it up to Steven Spielberg. Can you do that? Can you get away with that?
I can't even think of a rated R Steven Spielberg movie.
Jaws is no longer rated R. It's PG-13 or PG.
They still didn't say fuck in that movie though.
Mm-mm.
Exactly. No, they didn't. It was PG.
And nudity.
They had nudity, but when it comes to F-bombs,
nudity was allowed back then.
Yeah, but F-bombs,
PG movies,
F-bombs still, bro. That's like today. Like you could sit there and watch Walking Dead and see Negan like smashing in people's skulls. You can see like a million sex scenes in Sons of Anarchy, but they can't drop the F-bomb. I mean, I think they've been doing it lately, like on FXX, like late night. Yeah, because you have FX and you have FXX.
What the heck is on that?
I have no idea. I know It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia comes on. So I'm guessing that it's like their late time stuff to where, or their,
the only thing I saw on FX was Legion.
Yeah.
That's
but
the only thing I cared for.
You can do so much stuff, but you just can't drop the F-bomb. But back to Nic Cage. Honestly, I think I'm kind of done. Now that I keep seeing us go over to different topics, I think we're kind of slowing down.
No, there's always
Cage,
more to say. It's just there's so much to say that we've technically said it several times.
Yep.
Because it is somewhat repetitive, but every actor you come across this. But the fact that he's done so many roles.
Mm-hmm.
And every single one is iconic in and of itself. You can enjoy it just for that role.
Yeah.
Certainly, I prefer some over others, but that's because I have a different preference than you might, because Con Air isn't one of my favorites.
Honestly, that's my favorite Nic Cage.
I enjoy it. I mean, I prefer The Rock. I prefer The National Treasure. Even Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Hey, I love that movie.
Sorcerer's
Awesome.
Apprentice.
Are you crazy?
I enjoy.
Oh yeah, because he also switching up the characters too.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, bro, let me stop. I'm like, do I got it on Prime?
Sorcerer's Apprentice. Now that one is a good, great movie, and him having cameos here and there. I mean, him and the Spider-Verse. He
had a full role in that.
They better bring him back to do the noir Spider-Man.
Yeah, I hope they don't. Knowing them, they already talking about spinoffs.
Because they got Tobey Maguire, they got Andrew Garfield, they got Tom
Holland.
Yeah, I always want to say Hiddleston. It's just like,
hold on. Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, Nic Cage.
Exactly.
Spider-Man.
They better bring him back,
bro. That's
to
crazy.
be noir.
You know what's funny? Nic Cage has been Superman and Spider-Man because he was Superman in the Teen Titans movie. So I need to see that, because when I heard Nic Cage is Superman, I was like, wait a minute. I know it's probably like a cameo, but I gotta.
You know they were talking about making him Superman though for a
yeah,
while.
Yeah. Back in like '90 something, they even had like a picture of him. He looked bad.
Yeah.
With the hair, I know. I hope he was gonna cut that hair.
Yeah, that was just terrible.
Yeah. Ooh, was it Tim Burton? Was it Tim Burton's?
Yeah, Tim Burton's Superman.
Oh God. Well,
until him and
because they did a documentary on that too.
what's the actor's name?
Tim Burton.
No,
Christopher Reeve.
I mean the one he always works with.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah, until they got into marriage, and then they did everything together.
But let's wind this down.
Yeah, because need to slow it down. I'm trying to think of another cameo he had in something.
There's not that many cameos.
Well, I guess Kick-Ass would have been considered a cameo.
That's a full role.
No, the second one he wasn't in it that much.
He wasn't in it at all.
I thought he had a scene.
He wasn't in it at all.
Because I know he died.
He was supposed to be the funeral scene. He was supposed to be in it. But
that's what it was.
But they never brought him back for it at all. So yeah, it was Kick-Ass.
That was a lost opportunity.
Yeah, it was just Kick-Ass
talking
one.
About making a Kick-Ass
Hit Girl movie
versus Hit Girl. Yeah.
Yeah, they should have been, honestly. They should have been. I mean, they can really do it now that she's older. So
she doesn't do anything anymore.
Let's not even get on Chloe.
Yep. Thank you all for watching. Yeah, we're getting into the deep end here.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hold on. Favorite Nicolas Cage movie?
Do I have to answer?
Come on, favorite Nicolas Cage.
Do I have to answer?
The Rock.
I don't think so.
Okay.
But maybe The Rock? I don't know.
Mine's is Con Air. Least favorite. Don't say Hudson Hawk. That's Bruce Willis.
No, U.S.
Really?
International? Yeah. I saw it. It's just like, oh my gosh, this is bad.
All right, yeah. Mine's is that dog eat dog. That's the worst for me. All right, so that is our video. That's our podcast on Nicolas Cage. Thank you for watching.
Many faces of Nicolas Cage.
Many faces. Yeah, I like that. Many faces of Nicolas Cage.
Thank you all for watching.
Our YouTube links and everything are in the bottom. Everything's in the bottom. You know what I'm saying? So check that out. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And as always, we'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Toodles.